guys, welcome back to my channel Maths Made Easy with AB. So we are continuing our second part of drawing straight lines. We are in the series Play with the Graph, and in the earlier video we saw how do we draw a straight line. In this video we'll continue a bit of straight line and then we will see how to sketch parabola, parabolic functions as we call it. So let's get started. So in the earlier video you saw the form x by a plus y by b is equal to 1. How to draw this straight line. You have already seen this. If you have not seen the video, go back and see the video and then come to this part. You will get a better understanding of this video. So we already saw the equation and the straight line was something like this. This was over here a and this was b. This is the x-axis. So x by a, so this is the x-intercept, and this was the y-intercept. So on the x-axis a and the y-axis it was b. So I'm not going into this now. Let us see some other forms of straight line and another tricks I had taught you also how to draw straight line quickly for integration problems and other problems that you will incur in calculus or graphical solutions, functions basically. So another form of straight line is y is equal to mx plus c. This is another equation of a straight line where m is known as the slope of the line, also indicated as tan theta, and c is the intercept. Yeah, intercept on the y-axis, y-intercept. So how do you draw this line? Say for example, I am drawing this. So this is the straight line, say for example. This is the line y is equal to mx plus c. Over here, the angle, this one, theta, that it forms with x-axis. Tan of this angle tan, is known as the slope, m. Very clear to you? This is the y-axis. So tan theta will be your slope. Already I mentioned over here. And what is this intercept? This is the y-intercept. So this one y, this one is the intercept. This point, the distance of this line is c. This is the y-intercept. So this is another form of straight line. It is very clear. If you want to draw a graph, you can use this form. But just for understanding sake, you can keep this in mind. If we are moving into the coordinate geometry series, there I'll teach deep dive more into this one. So directly, let's get started with how to plot parabola. The upward and the downward opening parabola. So see, I'll tell you, this is not basically coordinate geometry class. I am teaching only those graphs which forms a part of functions. So which graph is function, which is not a function, we will study this in actual functions class. I'll give you a link of the video functions when I will be teaching that. In the description you will get that. And coordinate geometry is different. So you can understand there is a link between coordinate geometry. So coordinate geometry, you need to know this. There is a link in functions or calculus. Yeah, you got this. So coordinate geometry, functions, calculus, these all parts are linked, and definitely what is linking them? Graph. So graph is linking all of these. So if you are clear with these three chapters, let me tell you, for joint entrance students who are preparing, or maybe to some extent students are preparing for CAT or MBA entrance examination, this will solve 80%, let me be very frank, 75 to 80% of the topic will be cleared if you are clear with this part. Hence, you must always make your graph very strong, and in the video series, I'll help you understand graph in a very lucid manner. You will be perfect if you see all of my videos in the coming series. Yeah, so let's get started with the parabolic function. So I'm erasing this part also. Let us see parabola. So for parabola, you need to understand y is equal to ax square plus bx plus c. Yeah. So now understand parabola, how it looks like. A parabola looks something like this. So parabola has a vertex, and either it is upward opening or downward opening or sideward opening. So as I told you, I will be looking into upward or downward opening. If the value of a is greater than 0, if the value of a is greater than 0 means a is positive, it will be an upward opening parabola. Keep this in mind, memorize this. If a is less than 0, it will be a downward opening parabola, which means if a is 4, this will be upward opening. If a is minus 6, say for example minus 6x square, so that means it is a downward opening parabola. Very clear? Yeah. So this point is the vertex of the parabola. So to find the coordinate of the vertex of the parabola, the formula of the vertex is this: minus p by 2a minus b by 2a, b is this, minus b by 2a, comma, minus d by 4a. What is d? Somebody must be thinking, array, what is d? D is not mentioned over here. So d is basically the discriminant of the equation. You must have learned this in quadratic class. This is also a quadratic equation, right? So you can understand how everything is related. Yeah, discriminant. So d is how much? D is b square minus 4ac. You must have read this in your classes. So if you are not writing it at d, so this is d. D is also known as b square minus 4ac. So I can write this as what? So let me tell it to you. So this is minus b by 2a, comma, minus b square minus 4ac by 4a. You can also write it in this way. Now all the values are mentioned over here. So yeah, this is how you can easily draw a parabola. So if you want to find the points on the x-axis where it cuts, if you want these 2 points on the x-axis where the parabola cuts the x-axis, what will you have to do? Very simple. At these 2 points, value of y is 0. Value of y is 0. So if you want to find this x1 and x2, if you want this point x1 and x2, so basically x1 and x2 are the roots of the equation. X1 and x2 are the roots of the equation ax square plus bx plus c equals 0. If you solve this equation, this is the equation, right? Quadratic equation. If you solve this equation, you will get 2 roots. One is x1, one is x2, and these 2 roots are basically the cutting point of the parabola on the x-axis. Now let us take an example and draw parabola so that you can understand how one can sketch a parabola. Yeah. So let us erase this part. And let me get an example for you over here. So say for example, somebody is asking you to draw the parabola y is equal to x square minus 3x plus 2. Y is equal to x square minus 3x plus 2. Sketch this parabola. So we'll see application later on. I am teaching you how to sketch the parabola. Yeah. So I'll show you how you can do integration, how you can do use this in calculus, how coordinate geometry problems you can solve. Yeah. So there are various examples of this. Yeah. So let us get into this. So here you see, let us compare this with ax square plus bx plus c. If you compare this and this, what value you will get? For this you will get value of a equals what? A equals 1. So a is positive, right? So will this be upward or downward? So this will be an upward opening parabola because a is positive. What will be the value of b? The value of b is minus 3. Yeah, b is minus 3. What is the value of c? The value of c is 2. Very simple. Yeah, value of a is 1, b is minus 3, c is 2. Now let us find the vertex of the parabola. For the vertex of the parabola, you know, minus b by 2a. Let me write it down. Minus b by 2a, comma, minus b square minus 4ac by 4a, right? This was the equation, minus b by 2a, comma, minus d by 4a. D is discriminant. Minus b by 2a. So what is minus b? B is 3. So minus of minus, this will become plus, right? So 3 by 2 into, what is a? A is 1. So 3 by 2 is the x coordinate of the vertex. And what is minus b square? What is b square? 9. Minus 4ac. 4 into this into this. So this becomes 4 into 1 into 2. So 8 by 4 into a is 1 by 4. So this is 3 by 2 comma 1. So minus 1 by 4. This becomes your y coordinate of the vertex. So 3 by 2 comma minus 1 by 4. B square minus 4ac. Very clear to you. So let me write it down over here. So further let me tell you, I don't need the value of c. I don't need the value of b. I will need the value of a only to know whether it is upward or downward. So it is upward opening parabola. We have already deciphered. Let's erase this. What we will need over here, we will need only the vertex. So what is the vertex? Vertex is 3 by 2 comma minus 1 by 4. Keep this in mind. Now erase this part. This part is no longer needed. You have already found the vertex part. Let us draw this parabola now. So this is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. Very clear to you? Now one more thing over here. Let me just plot the vertex. 3 by 2. So 3 by 2 is 1.5 roughly. So say for here 1, say here it is 2. So 3 by 2 somewhere over here it will be. So this is 3 by 2. Yeah, very clear. This is 3 by 2. Where will be minus 1 by 4? So minus 1 by 4 will be somewhere over here, minus 1 by 4. So if I just plot this, this becomes the vertex of the parabola, and the parabola will be like this. The parabola will be like this. Where will it cut on the x and the y axis? We will have to solve this one. Where will it cut on the x and the y axis? We will have to solve this one. I told you, for getting the points, this, where will it cut on the x axis? What you will have to do is, you have to equate this part to 0. X square minus 3x plus 2 equals 0. You will get two values of x over here. So if I factorize this, x minus 1 into x minus 2 equals 0, x is 1 comma 2. So two factors, that is x1, x2. This is x1, this is x2. This is 1 and 2. Great. So it means what? The parabola will something be like this. So this will cut at 1 and this will cut at 2. Luckily I had initially plotted it also. So it will cut at 1, it will cut at 2. And the parabola will be symmetrical about this line 3 by 2, the x coordinate of the vertex. It is symmetrical about this line, yeah, right? Now if somebody wants to see at which point this parabola cuts the y axis, this point. So at this point what will happen? This is very simple. At this point what will happen? At this point your x will be 0. So if you simply put x is equal to 0, what is the value of y? So what is the value of y is 2. So this is how you draw the parabola of the equation y is equal to x square minus 3x plus 2. This is the equation for that. Let us move into the next question of parabola. Let us see, take an example of downward opening parabola now. Yeah. So say for example, somebody has given you to draw y is equal to minus x square plus 5x minus 6. Very clear? This is, yeah. So I'll compare it with what? Ax square plus bx plus c. I'm not writing it again. The value of a is minus 1. Negative value, clearly downward opening parabola. B is what? 5. C is what? Minus 6. Okay. You have to find the vertex of the parabola. So vertex is minus b by 2a. So minus b, so minus 5 by 2 into a is minus 1. So let it be. Yeah. So I'll just write it down later on. So this becomes 5 by 2 actually. Okay. So let it be. And the discriminant, or what you can say, is minus b square minus 4ac. B square matlab 25 minus 4ac minus 4 into a into c. A into c is plus 6. 4 into 6, this is 24. Clear? By 4 into a is minus 1. Very clear to you. So the vertex becomes 5 by 2. 1 positive it becomes, and this is 1 and 1, so 1 by 4. So this becomes the vertex of the parabola. So both the points are positive. 5 by 2 comma 1 by 4 is the vertex of the parabola. So I'm just writing it over here. Vertex is 5 by 2, something about 2.5, and 1 by 4 is 0.25. So this becomes the vertex of the parabola. Let's erase the other part. So this is not needed into the calculation now. A, B, C values are also not needed. We have just utilized those to find the value of vertex. Okay, so let us directly jump into drawing the graph. X axis, this is y axis. Yeah. So there is one more thing which you generally find, but let us just plot it out. X is 2.5 somewhere over here. 2.5. Let us mark. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 2.5, this is 3, this is 4. Yeah. So 2.5 and 1.4. So somewhere over here this will be, and over here this will be 1 by 4. Yeah. This is 2.5. So this is the vertex of the parabola. The vertex is at how much? 5 by 2 or 2.5. Yeah, fine. You can write it anyway. So now what? Now you will have to find, so the parabola will now be something like this. It will be closing downwards. It will be going downwards, right? Because a is minus 1 over here. A is minus 1 over here. So to find the places at which it cuts the x-axis, what you will have to do, you will have to find the roots of the equation. Minus x square plus 5x minus 6 equals 0. So simply let's erase the vertex. We have already plotted it. So what we will have to do, minus x square plus 5x minus 6 equals 0. Or you can write it as x square minus 5x plus 6 equals 0. So clearly this is x minus 2 into x minus 3 equals 0. I am not going into this how do you factorize, because it's very basic, you must have done it in elementary classes. Yeah, so x2 and 3 are the points. Again, at 2 and 3 are the points. So these are the points and these are the points. This is how the parabola will be. This is not a V, this is actually round over here. So this is the parabola actually which is going to become. Yeah, it's very clear to you over here. So what will be this point? For this point where it cuts the y-axis, you will have to put x is equal to 0. If you put x is equal to 0, value of y will be minus 6. This is minus 6. So this length will be minus 6. This will be 5 by 2, and this is how the parabola will be. So this is the complete thing about the parabola. We will take another example, a quick example of parabola we will take where maybe it won't cut the x-axis. So that will be another case. Let us see that also. Yeah. So let's take that example, something of that sort. So let me think about such parabola. Y is equal to x square plus x plus 1. Take 2-3 seconds and think about this parabola. What do you think? Will it cut on the x-axis or not? How will you predict this? So here let me tell you one more thing for this parabolas over here. So when you're drawing a parabola, one parabola you draw was something like this. So you must have studied, or you might not have studied, about maxima, minima. So the graph, this is a graph, right? So the minima is this point of the graph. So if somebody asks you to find the minima of the graph, this will be the point corresponding to that. I'll teach you this actually in maxima and minima also, how to find maxima, minima just by drawing a graph. So that will be very easy. Till now you must have been following some elementary differentiation you must have been doing and finding the critical values of x and putting it in the equation and then getting the values. But simply you draw the graph. From the graph you can directly say which is the minima and which is the maxima of the graph. It is as simple as that, and that's why I am repeatedly telling that you must be very strong in graph when you are targeting a good marks in joint entrance examinations. Yeah, so let us see this one. So here if you see, the value of A is 1, the value of B is 1, the value of C is 1. Oh, very simple question this is. A, B, C all 1, A is positive, so this will be upward opening parabola. What will be the vertex? Minus B by 2A, so minus 1 by 2 into A. So this becomes the vertex, minus half. What will be minus d by 4a? So minus b square minus 4ac by 4a, minus d by 4a, right? So minus half, comma, let it be minus b square. So b square is 1, minus 4ac. What will be 4ac? 4 into a into c. So minus 4 by 4 into 1. Yeah. So minus half, comma, this is minus 3, so this will become 3 by 4. So the vertex is minus half, comma, 3 by 4. So the vertex is minus half, comma, 3 by 4. So I'm just writing it down. Vertex is minus half, comma, 3 by 4. Very clear about this? Yeah. So let me tell you one more thing. I'm just erasing all these parts are not needed now. All these parts are not needed now. So this is the vertex. So I'll just draw this parabola over here. This is x-axis, this is y-axis, minus half 3 by 4. So minus half and 3 by 4. The point will be somewhere here, minus half x, and this is 3 by 4. So this will be the vertex of the parabola. This is an upward opening parabola, right? So this is an upward opening parabola. So this is that equation. This is the parabola. This point is how much? This point is 1. Now you see this parabola is not cutting x-axis. Why this is not cutting x-axis? So if you solve this equation, x square plus x plus 1 equals 0, I told you it will have two roots, x1, x2. If you don't get two roots, or two roots are imaginary, then it means it is not going to cut x-axis. Since you saw the discriminant over here was how much? B square minus 4ac, right? So b square is 1 minus 4 into ac. So 1. So discriminant is negative. So if discriminant is negative, you have already read it in previous classes. If discriminant is negative, you have imaginary roots. And going by that same logic, that is the reason why this parabola is not cutting the x-axis. It will definitely cut at y-axis. So if you put x is equal to 0, at this point x is equal to 0, so y is equal to 1. This becomes the graph of this equation. So I'll just leave this video with a small thing. If somebody asks you, say for example, somebody is giving you a question. So this part is clear, I guess. I'm just erasing out this part. So if somebody asks you, find the minima of the function fx is equal to x square plus x plus 1. So what is the minima of this function? So the minima of this function is, minimum value of this function is 3 by 4. Minimum value of the function is 3 by 4 value of y. And where is it achieved? It is achieved at x is equal to minus half. This will be the answer of that question. So see, just by looking into this graph, you can say the minima value, okay, 3 by 4. At what value it is achieved? At the value of the value that it is achieved is minus half. Minima is happening at x is equal to minus half. And what is the value? Value is 3 by 4. As simple as that. So this is basically, we have learned till now. We have learned how to draw a straight line. We have learned how to draw parabola. In the next video, we will see more such graphs, more critical problems, how to draw and how to draw. We will also see how to draw circles, how to draw the transformations. If you like this video, do subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for this. If you have any doubts, you can go to the comment section and write down your doubts over there, and I'll definitely get back to them. Thank you guys for watching this video.